Okay, so I'm about ready to start carving out the grooves on the fish body that will, so I can mount the fins in it. I've got them drawn out, got my center line drawn, and the little groove that I'm going to cut will be right here. Of course, the pectoral fins, the pelvic fins, and the anal fin. Probably do the tail last just because it's a kind of a pain for fit and finish. I'm going to use this little saw blade to cut the grooves out. There's probably a better bit out there that would do this, but right now this is all I have. So and I've used it on all my fish so far, and I have learned that the key to using this is to go real slow, slow speed, and just let it take a little bit at a time. I've got different size blades here. They're pretty sketchy to use sometimes, so you just got to be careful with them. So I'm going to get started on that. Set my Dremel up. And I'm so excited. I've got a Fordham rotary tool coming. Should be here next week. Excited to get to use that. Alright, so I'm going to turn the speed way down on this. Probably about as low as it'll go. And I'm just going to take real slow cuts with this. Real shallow cuts. Don't want to go deep. You notice I'm keeping my thumb braced over here. Good grip on the handle. I'm keeping my thumb braced on the fish itself. And I got a good grip on it here. And I'm just taking slow, shallow cuts. Okay, so when I drew out the lines for the tab, I did them roughly the same width as the tab on the fin I cut. I will widen those out a little bit as I go. I want to get a good solid dry fit first, and then I may widen them out just a little bit because I use a Bondo body filler to mount the fins with. So I'm just going to keep going a little slow and easy. I know about how deep I want to go, which is about the width of the blade to the screw. So I'll know I'm deep enough when that screw gets down to the base of the fish. But again, I'm just going to go slow and steady. That's the key to using this. I bought these in a set at Harbor Freight. Relatively inexpensive. I think it was $10 for the set of them. Like I say, the key to using them is slow speeds and easy, deliberate movements. I may need to turn it up just a little bit. If you get too deep, you'll see it chatter or jump a little bit. That's telling you you're going too deep at one time. So just take this smooth, easy, shallow cuts. And this is slightly curved, and this thing don't really like to do curves. So that's another reason you're gonna need to be careful with it. It'll try to bind up a little bit. As long as you're going slow, it's usually all right. Okay, so I'm ready to drill the slots for the pectoral fins, and I need to think about at what angle, how far I want the fin to be out. And I think on this side I want it to be out just a little bit further than the other side. So this one will be out a little bit, and then the other side will be closer to the body. Okay, so I'm going to use a ball bit to drill the hole. So I need to look at the angle. So that's about where I want it. So I'm going to start off on these shallow and just do a little bit at a time and stick the fin in and make sure it's the right angle and depth I want. So get started here. Okay, I think I like that angle. So I'm going to keep it about that angle, but I still need to go deeper and maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, I think I'm going to, instead of making the hole deeper for this to go up in, I think I'm going to trim the tab down a little bit and bring it down. That's fitting about the angle I want. It looks just a tad long, so I'm going to bring the tab down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, do the other side. Now that I've got this hole done, this one needs to be almost identical for the same angle, which I want them to be. Now for the tail fin. This one's going to take a little more work to get it straight. So it's going to take carving the groove in here and a little bit of work on shaping the tail where it meets the body. So, and I leave that a little thick on purpose, just so that I can make those adjustments later on. So I'm going to start with the tail. I know this isn't even close, but I'm going to start cutting and making fits and cutting and making fits. I may have to put the bigger blade on there, bad as I hate to do it. Okay, so I put the bigger blade on here just because my tab is deeper than what the little one will cut. I could make this tab shorter, but I like to leave a little length on there. It gives a little more strength to the body when it's glued in. So I'm going to leave it deep and just put this bigger blade on, and just cut the groove a little deeper here. Turn it down. This one's even more sketchy to use, so groove needs a little bit wider. Okay, it's getting close. So now I need to start taking a little bit of the tail off here, just a tiny bit at a time, to where it fits down in there a little more flush. I screwed up on this side. I cut this too much a curve here. The tail's flatter. So what I'm going to have to do is, once I get the finished, it's seated the way I want it. There's still probably going to be a little gap there, but I can use the epoxy sculpt to fill in these slots here, and I can simulate the ray lines coming down where they need to go. Tail's a little thick, but it'll be fine. Alright, so now I'm going to take this saw blade off and start trimming on the edges of the groove of the tail here. And again, I'm just going to take small little cuts. And then check the fit. If any of y'all know an easier way, leave me a comment and let me know. I'm not beyond changing this, or changing the way I do it. I'm taking little tiny small cuts. You probably can't even tell it on camera. Getting closer. Yeah, I'll have to fill in this side over here with some epoxy sculpt and blend that into the Okay, I think it's fitting nice on this side. And I mentioned earlier in one of the videos that I left this flare just a little wide. So I'm going to take that flare down just a little bit. Because you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. This little, I think you can. Yeah, this little bit of a flare right there needs to be taken down more flush with the fin ray there. All right, I've got them all in place temporarily. A little tack of super glue just to kind of help hold them in place. I think I'm happy with the fin placement. So I think what I'll do now is take them off and do a little sanding on the body, and then I'll start burning scales. And so it's getting closer.